Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today we are looking at Opendoor stock, a stock which is particularly interesting at the minute given recent gains that we have seen. Just look at these charts over here. In the last month we are seeing this stock up by 71, almost 72%. From the lows of this month to the highs, we have seen gains of 163%. Very impressive. In the past 6 months, the story gets even more wild from these lows, even to where we are right now, up over 650%. This is absolutely insane. However, a lot of people think that more is potentially to come with this stock. All the while, we are seeing today the stock falling by a further 14.47% at the time of filming. And again, the question in a lot of people's minds is surely going to be, where does this one go next? Whilst I am not a financial advisor and these videos are not financial advice, so you should do your own research, I'll be sharing with you today my personal thoughts and opinions based on what I am seeing. If you do enjoy, please do make sure to leave a like and subscribe, as it does help me to know that you want to see more content like this, and also it's going to help me to continue making videos. Anyway, let's jump straight in, and we'll start off actually by looking at the more technical charts, and we'll really just start by acknowledging what we've seen today, right? And this is something that's reflected obviously here. Now, after the recent run that we've seen here on this stock, which has been quite large, we're now coming down. Into the open and the beginning portion of the day, the price was just absolutely free falling, and really it hasn't stopped all day. The momentum of this towards the end has somewhat slowed, with a little bit of a red candle towards the later part of the day. Bear in mind this is on the 30-minute chart. But yeah, generally just a downwards momentum. However, again, you can sort of see that curve coming in. It's slightly slowing, minus this end candle. Now, where we are right now, we are bouncing off or potentially touching on a previous level of resistance. You're going to be seeing over here, again, around $4, 402, 403. And the question really is this going to hold as our newest level of support? Now, another thing that I want to point out, and I think this is also important, and this is easiest to do on this simple chart, right? Look to where we were just a couple days ago. Obviously, the date at the time of filming is the 27th. But look back just to the most recent run that we've seen. We'll start on the 22nd. Even compared to where we were at these highs, where we were up over 50%, we are still up massively from that time period, up 13%. So we are still keeping it in the green. This is good. And I think this is going to be an important thing to watch out for. If we're able to hold onto or above, I'm going to call it these levels at 375, as we have seen this as a previous resistance. If that can hold as a support, that would be great. If we fall below that, we're looking to potentially go to 325, potentially down to 305. Ultimately though, we don't want to fall below this point. We don't want to fall darker and deeper than this previous channel that we have been in, because again, that would signify a new low for the recent period. Now, right now, given the context, and I think this zoom out really highlights it, guys, this drop, not too significant, right? Not too big at all. However, the question is whether this goes forwards into tomorrow. Well, again, those are the levels that I'm looking for on the downside, right? On the upside, a few levels to watch out for if we are able to get up there. 443 to 445, previous level of resistance, seeing it both here, seeing it to some degree here as well. Then past that, you're looking at levels all the way up to 492, struggling to get above it here, and also struggling with this point here too. Then you could be looking at 495 for the same reasons both here. And then, of course, you are looking all the way up to $5 plus. Now, this is a stock that likes to move a lot, right? When it gets moving, it certainly moves a lot. And it's not my job to tell you whether this one has a likelihood of going up or down. I'm surely here to tell you my personal opinions and the levels that I am looking for. And it's obviously up to you guys to make your own minds on that and do your own research as well. At the same time, I would say one thing, and this is just my opinion. Tomorrow is going to determine a lot for me, right? Tomorrow is going to determine a lot as to where this one potentially goes. We're either going to see this one hold up above these levels at 365, or we may see, even a drop back down here, right? We may see a drop to 350, 360, 365, which is not necessarily too concerning. Potentially a bounce off that, potentially a little bit of a slow recovery. Or we could potentially even hold on to these levels where we are into tomorrow, right? And slowly start to build up some momentum from that. However, for me, in my opinion, anything above 360, 365 is a win still. For now, it's about seeing if those levels actually continue to hold. So for me, my strategy would be quite simple. I'm going to be waiting on this one, right? I personally would not be buying at these levels. I think we're at a potentially critical point where we see whether this one makes and keeps onto the levels where we are now, or breaks and goes even lower. This is going to be very important. However, the momentum is still building in the right direction, and there's a strong argument to be made for the fact this is just a cooling off period after the most recent run that we have seen, which has been quite large. So again, potential recovery still inbound. I wouldn't see this as much of a failure as many people may. I don't think it's that bad at all, right? I think there's still a lot of potential here. Although for me, and I'll give you my updates as time goes on, I want a bit more confirmation, for me at least, before I would be willing to invest at these levels. I want to see some consolidation. I want to see a slow build upwards, or arguably even a slow move downwards. But I don't want to see, or for me at least, especially given that momentum towards the end of the day, I don't want to personally buy at this point, right? That may change into tomorrow. Again, these key levels which I'm highlighting are all going to spring my respective opinions, but those are the levels that I'm looking out for. So please let me know what you think to this in the comment section. Again, just my thoughts on this. Do you think we've got some potential here, or do you think we're just going to go back down? I think there's some potential to bounce off of these lower levels, maybe 365, and then come back up, but time will tell. Thank you for watching the video. If you enjoyed it, please do make sure to leave a like and subscribe, and I hope I'll see you again soon. Goodbye.